Hello and welcome back to Paul's Beer Reviews. Today I've got an IPA for you from Northern Monk. It is one of the ones that were launched in Tesco this week. It was the only one I was able to get in Tesco this week, so I think distribution's been a bit bad. But anyway, it's a can of their Tropical World Tropical Smoothie IPA, coming in at 6.2% ABV. There is the artwork on the can, quite nice. You've got slices of fruit in amongst vegetation and natural things. Yeah, gold can, gold top, bit of silver at the bottom. Yeah, so 6.2% Tropical Smoothie IPA. Ingredients: water, malted barley, oats, wheat, lactose, mango puree, pineapple puree, and passion fruit concentrate, hops and yeast. So it sounds like a fruity affair, that's for sure. Yeah, it says tropical pineapple juice on the can. It doesn't say anything about the beer other than the ingredients. There's no flavour text on it. It's just a load of spiel about the brewery. Lighting's really bad today. Yeah, so let's get this 6.2% ABV Tropical Smoothie IPA out. See if it's any good. Like I said, I did pop it in a Tesco to try and get hold of a few of the new ones, but this was the only one that was in there. And I live next to, well, I say next to, around the corner from one of the big Tesco's, a big, Tesco Extra. And obviously the beers just hadn't been delivered there, I'm assuming, which isn't very good. As you'd expect, hazy. Hazy looking IPA, seeing as it's described as a smoothie, I'd imagine it would be similar to those milkshake IPAs, so probably quite creamy. Oats, he says, is in the brew, as well as lactose, so it's going to be quite creamy. But there's the colour of it, as you'd expect. Big, juicy, golden looking beer. It's got a one finger, quite thick, creamy looking white head on it. It looks good. That is a solid finger. Hazy as you like. I can't see anything in the way of sediment or anything floating around in that. I've got it all in there. So yeah, it's getting aroma on this IPA. Yeah, loads of mango. Loads of mango. Pineapple. Passion fruit. That's exactly what it says on the tin. It just has that creamy, kind of vanilla-y slight aroma to it as well. Let's get stuck in. Cheers, guys. Oh, wow. Blimey. That is sweet. And I don't mean overly sweet. I mean it's sweet from start to finish. You're getting all of the fruit. You're getting all the mango, all the pineapple, all the passion fruit. And a very subtle sweet bitterness at the back end. This really is fruity. Really is fruity. And the fruit carries all the way through, which isn't something I normally say about something, like a beer generally. Normally with a juicy IPA, you kind of get the fruit and all the juice is kind of at the forefront of the palate normally. And then it kind of fades. And for any kind of maltiness or any kind of bitterness from the hops that might be at the back end, this doesn't fade. The fruit and the juice carries all the way through. As soon as it hits your tongue, passion fruit, mango, pineapple, and it fades. And at the back end now, where I should be getting a bit of bitterness, with that little bit of bitterness, is pineapple sweetness. Just as the bitterness comes in, There's pineapple. It's almost like another rise in sweetness, another rise in fruit. Just as you think it's gone, there's a bit. I'm getting pineapple that picks up where the pops and the bitterness kick in. There's pineapple with it, so you almost have this kind of bittersweet finish to it. It's it does have a slightly creamy mouthfeel. You're definitely getting the lactose touch to it. You're definitely getting the oats in the brew. It's very smooth. It is a creamy kind of mouthfeel to it. Very smooth, very drinkable. It's got a nice light carbonation. It's a very gentle fizz. But yeah, it's really fruity. Considerable amount of fruit sweetness in this one, and you're getting all of them. But right at the end, with the rise of the bitterness, there's a pineapple. There's like a shot of pineapple juice that comes in and leaves a slightly bittersweet finish. Pineapple, mango, passion fruit, and just as you go to swallow, there's another shoot of pineapple juice with the bitterness. That's what I'm getting. It's tasty. It is tasty. And it does have that creamy mouthfeel. It is refreshing. It is thirst quenching. Yeah. It's nice. It is nice, and the fact that the fruit carries all the way from start to finish is slightly different. I think that's an experience, because I think by now most of you guys would have drunk a ton of these fruity IPAs. I think the fact that the fruit carries through all the way to the end perhaps sets this apart slightly. So some of you might quite enjoy that, the fact that it's really fruity from start to finish. But I'm not sure I do. Thinking about it, the more I've kind of tasted this, the more I'm getting through this beer. I'm not sure I like the fact that it's juicy and sweet from start to finish. I kind of like the fact that most juicy IPAs, you get that juice hit kind of at the forefront of the palate, and then it kind of fades and you're left with the kind of the malty characteristics and the hoppy characteristics. This one, you don't really get that, because the fruit is so strong and carries all the way through. You're kind of thinking, there's not a lot else in there. There's oats in the brew, there's lactose in the brew, so it's creamy, it's smooth, it's very drinkable. But then you've got, what is it, mango puree was in there? Mango puree, pineapple puree, and passion fruit concentrate. It's really juicy. It has a really strong fruit sweetness to it. And other than that, there is, let's say, the slightest bitterness at the back end. Doesn't specify what hops have gone into it, which is a shame. But like I say, other than the juice and the creamy body to it, there's not a lot else going on with it. And there probably shouldn't be anything else going on with it, I suppose. It's a smoothie IPA. It does that quite well, you know. It's fruity, juicy, thirst quenching. It's nice. It's just not a very good IPA, in my opinion. But it is a nice drink. It's more of a, I don't know. It's more of a pale ale. For me, it's a fruity pale ale. When you put IPA on something, as soon as I see IPA, I expect a bit of complexity. I expect a beer to be broken down into stages and for there to be a bit of bitterness at the back end. That for me makes a good IPA. This is a very juicy pale ale. It's just not a very good. I don't know. I don't want to slag it off too much because it is very tasty, but I don't know. Perhaps I'm just getting a little bit numb to these Juice Bomb IPAs now. I don't know. It's good quality. It's well made. It's really juicy. It's really tasty. I think most people will enjoy it. I just think maybe I'm just starting to get a little bit bored of the style. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Either way, it's nice. It's a nice beer. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's not as good as other things Northern Monk have done recently, but it is good. It is a good beer. £3 a can in Tesco's. Go check that out if your local Tesco is stocking it. I went down there to try and get hold of another couple of beers that have just come out in a range, and they just weren't there. So I imagine there's distribution issues at the moment, which is to be expected with this weird times that we're living in. And while I mention that, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all taking care of yourselves and staying indoors as much as you can and looking after each other. Thank you very much for those who watched my last video, my Rhinebacker versus Perlenbacker video. The feedback I got off that was absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed interacting with you guys. I always say interact, leave your comments below, let me know what you think of the beer if you're drinking it. Really cool to interact with you guys, know that you're all doing well and enjoying your beers. That's one of the reasons I set up the channel. You know, I wanted to talk to other beer drinkers and to find out who's drinking what and get recommendations, and hopefully I'm helping you guys with your beer choices. I hope so anyway. But thank you for watching that. I really do appreciate it. It was good fun doing it. I'll leave it at that, guys. So Northern Monk's Tropical World Tropical Smoothie IPA. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Very tasty, but not quite a winner of an IPA for me. But anyway, I digress. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, guys. Until my next one, you take care.